Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Well, if you can tell in the background, we got a new toy. This is something that has been on our wish list for, well, it's been on my wish list since I was in business. Well, probably about 5 years ago I wanted to get one, but I didn't have a use for one, not to mention the costs were a little bit high. So, what we have here is a PTO driven power feed wood chipper. This is right at the cusp of what my tractor is capable of. The B2650 has, well, depending on which book you look at, has anywhere between 18 and 21 horse at the PTO. I think officially it's like 19.5. You can look it up. I know it's somewhere around there. That's what's important to me. This wood chipper has a minimum of 19 horse, so we're right on the verge. This is not new. We picked this up yesterday. I wasn't intending on picking one up right now, but this one popped up on Marketplace, so we had no choice. We had to go grab it because I see these pop up all the time and they go pretty quickly. Give you an idea, new as of the time of this video being shot, they go for about $3,300 new, and you don't know when you're going to get them because they're on back order. Happy 2021, out of stock. So when this one popped up and in orange, I went ahead and bit the bullet and went and picked it up, and we got a good deal for it. The deal that we got, I paid $19.95 for it. That's $1,995. That's what the guy posted it as. With all the interest, he wasn't coming down on the price. That's what we paid, which realistically is about a $1,200 savings over new, and it was available. So before I go over the specifics on this, let me go around to the goat pasture and show you what we were using prior and why this one is so much better than that, we hope. We haven't used it yet. We'll get into that in a minute. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. Lord knows it's getting my eyes watering. This is what we were using prior. This is what they call a Super Tomahawk. It runs a 8 horsepower Tecumseh motor. It is semi-portable. It is a chipper shredder, so you can stuff in the top, and it's got a big wheel in there with a bunch of hammers. It's a hammer mill, but on the end is a plate where you can feed trees in. I'd say it's probably 3-inch, 2x3, 2.5x3. You can run a 2x4 in there. It doesn't like to chip it, and then it just basically falls out the bottom here, so you're constantly having to move wood chips out. This thing has been finicky, and that's a good way of, it's the best way of putting it. Finicky from the standpoint that she's hard to start, hard to keep running, and once it gets going, it don't stop. You can plug a pretty good sized tree through this pretty quickly, but the downside is it's a manual feed. So you literally have to grab the tree, and sometimes you have to lean into it and push it into the cutter. And then when you get leaves and whatnot, it just plugs it up. It's also got to be straight, so if you got anything with any kind of a bend in it that's over a 1/2 inch, it's not feeding through it, period. Not until you straighten it out, or until you really fuss and twist and pound it to get it to go. So this one I've done a lot of chipping with. I've done a lot of unhappy chipping with, and with my carpal tunnel, it ate my hands up. So now that you've seen what we used, this is what we got. This is a Woodmaxx WM 8H. So it's a hydraulic feed 8-inch wood chipper. It runs off the PTO of the tractor, which we'll be getting to here in a minute, because, well, the guy that had it was running a M or an MX Kubota much bigger tractor. Drive shaft's too long, so I got to shorten it up so that we can actually run this. It is hydraulic, but it is a self-contained hydraulics. So if you look right here, here's your hydraulic pump, your hydraulic reservoir, and it runs off a belt, or a couple belts. Yeah, a couple belts, one here, and then it's got, looks like 4 that go up to the actual rotor head itself, or the grinding head. So what that hydraulics does is it powers a motor here and a motor here. So when you feed stuff into the back, it basically pushes it into the head and then it shoots it out the top. It does have directional controls. You got feed, neutral, and then reverse. And you can operate it from the handle, which is finicky, especially one-handed backwards, like that. As you can see, there's the drive shaft. We'll tackle that in a minute. But as I said before, this should be a good chipper for us. It's definitely going to be better than that Super Tomahawk that we have over in the field. So let me get started. I need to take a few measurements so that I know the length, so that we can cut the drive shaft down so that we can actually use it. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, as they say, third time's a charm. sorry about that. What you see here is garden gold. These are the chips that came out of this. So nice small chips. This should work really good for our gardens, which is one of the reasons why we got this. Now the next step, if you look in here, this is the goats run. There's still a lot of trees and a lot of dead trees in here. So what we're going to be doing, now we're back into bad lighting. I'm trying to, whoa, let's fall over backwards. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be clearing out this area. There's some pines in here that are going to be thinned out so that the others can grow. And I want to take out all the gums, the sweet gums. By that, I'm going to be cutting them flush with the ground so that I can run the mower through here to suck up the pine needles. But we don't want to kill the gum balls. We basically want them to come back so that they can feed the goats. So we're going to do a pasture style in here and see how it works. Speaking of works, that thing works amazing compared to that piece of crap down there over my right shoulder. That'd be to the left of your screen, I think. One thing you might have seen me struggle with was a couple of the tree branches in there. It wasn't the tree branches that were the problem. It was the massive mat of briars that was the problem. So if I got a small group, it'll feed through. If I got a big group, I'll just have to take that down back and bury it deep. But yeah, other than the briars, that was the only holdup. I did forget to mention that the owner also sent it with a complete set of belts, another set of knives, and a oil filter as well. So I'll cover more of this in the future, and you can see what else this will chip if you subscribe. Also comment if you have any questions down below, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.